Criticisms of Darwinism. Darwin's theory of natural selection is universally accepted as the chief factor in evolutionary transformations by most biologists and the general public. But there are many objections to it. In this session, we are going to analyze the major criticisms of Darwin's theory of natural selection. First criticism. Darwin was unable to explain the mechanism of inheritance of characters. How does a favorable characteristic possessed by the fittest organism get transmitted through reproduction? He was not able to address this question. The inheritance of characters were explained by Mendel's laws, which had led to the origin of a scientific branch called genetics. Mendel was a contemporary scientist to Darwin, but Mendelian laws only got acceptance during the early 1900s after the death of the great geneticist. So Darwin had no scientific backup for explaining the inheritance of characters. Next criticism. He was unable to distinguish between heritable and non-heritable variations. He merely focused on favorable and unfavorable variations and believed that favorable variations would definitely get transmitted. He considered them heritable based on this assumption. Next criticism. Darwin believed that evolution is an extremely slow process. So, in an evolutionary transformation of an organism, there will be many intermediate forms. But this is not always true. At that time, the presence of transitional stages were confirmed by the discovery of intermediate fossil forms. In many organisms, fossil data showed no intermediate stages. Next criticism. According to Darwin's evolutionary concept, evolution leads to the fixation of useful characters in populations. If only useful characters are being selected, then why do the vestigial organs exist? Vestigial organs are structures that are non-functional in the present form of the organism but were functional in their ancestors. Common examples of vestigial organs in humans are vermiform appendix, coccyx, then ear muscles, etc. They are non-functional right now. If only favorable variations are selected, these organs would never exist. So he was not able to explain why these organs occur. Next criticism. Gradual evolution proposed by Darwin cannot explain the evolution of structures like vertebrate eye. The structure is so much complicated and could not be explained by gradual transformations alone. Next one. Darwin was an admirer of Lamarck. So this reflects in his theory also. Darwin believed that organs change due to use and these changes will be transmitted in the next generation. The same concept of inheritance of acquired characteristics proposed by Lamarck. There are many over-specialized giant structures present in many organisms. Let us consider, for example, the large antlers of Irish deer and massive tusks of mammoths. These are structures. These structures are harmful for the possessing organism rather than useful. If natural selection is the factor responsible for these structures, how do they become harmful? Darwin was unable to answer this question. Then, if natural selection is the only factor behind evolution of a population will definitely show less variation generation after generation. In other words, fixation of favorable variations and elimination of unfavorable variations would lead to a population with identical individuals. This is not true as variation is universal. Darwin also suggested that similarity between organisms shows their common ancestry and relatedness. If it is true, the closest groups related to humans will be apes and monkeys. This raised severe criticism from various corners, especially by the religious communities, because monkeys were considered as an inferior creature to humans. The picture here shows the picture shown here used to humiliate Darwin based on this idea. Even though the Darwinism has got many criticisms or objections, still this theory is considered as the most accurate theory on organic evolution.